All right. Hello, and welcome to this short video from myself and Janie. Thank you for watching at home. And my name is Emeshe. I am a dancer and a body movement specialist. I stand for body love. I stand for body comes first. And I have this wonderful course with my great colleague and partner, Janie Michael. And the course is called Tantra and Transformation for Beginners. And in this short video, we would like to talk about Tantra, what it is, transformation, what it can do for your life, and also talk a little bit about our course, what you will get there. And yeah, I'm a dancer, but I've been doing this transformational work for 10 years now. It's gonna be soon, in the end of December, it's gonna be my 10-year anniversary. And yeah, my mission is really to bring these tools that we have in transformation and Tantra, to include them into movement and dance. And yeah, also fitness and such things. Yes, so
yeah,
the stage is yours, Janie.
awesome.
Take it away.
Thank you for sharing that, Emeshe. Thank you for expressing where you stand and what you stand for and your passion. Thank you so much. It's really nice to hear you. My name is Janie Michael, and I am passionate about supporting people to have transformation in the areas of intimacy, relationship, and to the body, and sexuality. These are the three areas where I concentrate my coaching practice. And I am a student of sensuality. I love to study the body, the senses. I'm a geek in this way. I love to learn about the sense of smell. Like, how do we have that? How did it evolve? And the sense of touch, like what happens in the body. I just find being in a body to be such a miracle, and also an opportunity to experience life fully, to experience life through the body. It's really amazing. So I am from New York originally, which is where I am now. I split my time between New York and Munich, and I give our course worldwide along with Emeshe, because you can do the course from anywhere. It's all online, it's all virtual, and it's just amazing. So I'm also a stand for transformation on the planet. I think that we have a great opportunity right now to really transform for humans what it means to be a human being on planet Earth at this time. Because when I look around, I don't know about you, Emeshe, things are not working. There's a lot of things out there that don't work. And one of the areas that I see that doesn't work for people is in the area of relationship to their body, disconnection, sexuality, right? There's a lot of things that aren't working around that in the world. So, and in intimacy, this is about being connected. So intimacy is about how connected you feel to yourself, to other people. Despite the fact that we have all this technology right now connecting us, people feel more disconnected than ever. So these are the areas where I'm really, really passionate about, and really want to create transformation and support people in having breakthroughs in those areas. So you and I created a course that's what the focus is, on the body, coming back to the body, and the movement of energy through the body, which is transformational, and which is also Tantra, okay? And I want to give a little presentation now to share about what we mean when we talk about Tantra, because Tantra is out there, you hear about it. Unfortunately, it seems to be very associated with just sexuality, which is not the whole truth about Tantra, because you can really apply tantric perspective and tantric practices to your entire life. So let's get started on the presentation then. Okay. So what is Tantra? What is this? Such a the word itself is very mystical sounding. But actually, Tantra is a Sanskrit word, okay? And it's a combination of the words tanoti, tanoti, which means to expand, and triati, right? Meaning liberation. Okay, so Tantra is ancient, and it originated in various places in Asia, including India and Tibet, where it was practiced widely in some periods of time. So this is an ancient spiritual personal development technology. It's been around for a long time. And there are volumes and volumes written about Tantra, and they contain passages about many, many different things, many different aspects of life, both mystical things, otherworldly things, energetic things, things that are not physical, but also practical things, like how we live our lives, how we are with our bodies, okay? These tantras are vast. They're actually called tantras, these volumes. So Tantra is considered a yoga, okay? And yoga, which is also a Sanskrit word, means union. And yoga is the union or unification of the human self, or let's just call it the animal self, with the eternal or divine self. You can also look at this as like the physical with the energetic. It's the union of those two things, okay? There are various yogas, right? Which mean there are various paths to actually accomplish this union. Now, generally, yoga practitioners, what they're seeking in yoga practice, and maybe you have some experience with yoga, is to cultivate non-dual or witness awareness through the stilling of the mind. And this happens in various ways, including postures and meditation. So Tantra is considered a branch of yoga, but the focus in Tantric tradition is on life force or sexual energy and the conscious movement of it through the body. I just mentioned this before. The movement of energy through the body. And what this movement of energy does is it leads to ecstatic states of being. So Tantra, therefore, is the path of union through means of ecstasy. Sexual ecstasy being possibly the most common ecstatic experience and certainly the most sought after, but it's not the only one human beings are capable of experiencing. So ecstatic states, what I mean by that is it's a living experience of being in the body, where you're experiencing joy, where you're experiencing a sense of power, where you're experiencing a sense of bliss and pleasure throughout. Okay, this is what I mean when I say ecstatic states and what I mean by ecstasy. So I discovered Tantra through a revelation. Now, revelation is a sudden insight. This is not, I never went seeking Tantra, which is quite noteworthy. And what happened is it was the afternoon. I was lying on a mat on the floor in the living room, and I was engaged in an energy and body work practice. And then I became present to some rage. So I started to touch on, I was doing this work, I was meditating, I was getting in touch with my inner self, and I started to really feel angry. rageful. And what I did was I surrendered to it. I allowed the energy to move me. And I expressed it as you probably could imagine one expressing rage, right? Snarling, punching, face all scrunched up, hot, electrified. And then the rage, it actually changed to deep sorrow. And I expressed that. As you can imagine, crying, shivering, shaking, wailing. I was releasing, I was letting go. And then I got up and went outside. About an hour or so later, into the desert, and I felt so light in my being, totally relaxed, loose. My mind was sharp and clear. It felt as if there were tiny champagne bubbles under my skin, sort of like full body ecstasy. My breath was full and deep. I was really in a total ecstatic state, but I also felt vital. I felt powerful. I felt free, and I felt connected to life. I had waves of realization wash over me as I walked through the neighborhood gazing at the sky. Now, this experience was so profound for me, and this happened to me 20 years ago, because up until that point in time, I felt disconnected. I felt heavy, a sense of like heaviness, disconnection, sadness, a sense of stuckness, chronic frustration. Like my state of being was really that for many years. And this revelation, this experience, what it did was give me a glimpse of what it is to be in a body, to be inhabiting a body that is actually flowing energy rather than blocking it, right? My emotional release was so profound because I let go and I allowed myself to have those feelings come present and to be expressed. I had no idea before that moment that such bliss was available to me, and that actually it's available to everyone else right here, right now. Okay, so the emphasis in Tantra is on your energy and the movement of it through your body for transformation of awareness, relaxation, revitalization, emotional release, empowerment. And the beautiful thing about Tantra is that you start right where you're at. That's what I did. The practices that I was doing all those years ago got me connected to where I was physically present, got me physically connected to the moment. And by utilizing intention, breath, sound, and movement, you can transform body and self and open access to your natural joy and vitality using no more than your body and energy. That's Tantra. Tantra deals with what's essential, deals with the here and now, gets you in touch with that. And of course, I must address this because most people associate Tantra with sex. And I think that's possibly because there actually are in the Tantras, there are sexual rituals, but Tantra is about your entire life. Okay. It's about energy. It's about your entire life. And it is about working with the body, and the energy flows in the body. And now sex is very energetic, right? Pleasurable, energetic. And so the ideas that circulate around Tantra being a way to enhance sex are not necessarily untrue, but they make something small, they make Tantra very small, because Tantra has dimensions and depth as far as you can imagine. Tantra is a system that celebrates your aliveness. And when I experienced my revelation, there was no sex involved. I was just being with myself. But what there was the movement of energy. And after I experienced that, how to move energy and be moved by energy, I learned how to bring this into sex. And when you can bring this kind of energy movement into sex and you share it with a partner, this can lead to deeply loving, transcendent sexual experiences with the full body ecstatic pleasure that you actually read about in a lot of modern Tantra books today. So that's to say that you don't need a partner to practice Tantra. In fact, I suggest starting solo. The beginning is always good to start solo, to learn the practices, to learn how to move energy. And where do you begin? Where do you begin in this vast world that is Tantra? Well, you begin with desire. You begin with intention. So, let's talk, shall we? Let's talk a little bit about intention and desire. Like, what do we mean by that? Like when we're talking from transformation, from the place in which we stand, which is transformation in Tantra, what is a desire? What is a desire? What is the function of desire? And I'm asking that question to both of us, really. So what I have to add about that is that desire, getting in touch, which is the first part of Tantra and transformation, is getting in touch with your desire, because desire generates energy in the body, right? You feel your desires, okay? And we live in a world, and we live in a kind of an overall state of being where people are either out of touch with their desire completely, out of what they really want, or they know what they really want, but they feel for whatever reason that they can't ask for it or have it, right? So this is the beginning. This is really the beginning of tantric practice, is accessing desire.
The first thing that came to my mind when you said this is that a lot of people, they even get angry at the question, what is your desire, or what do you want? Because like we get trained so much in not feeling what we want, not saying what we want, right? Like it begins in school, like sit still and shut up. So we are like, how do you say, like subtly trained to get disconnected from our desire. So like this is what I really love about this work, that it just gets you back to your life's true desires, and that's just what I wish for every person, that they really have the courage to ask themselves this question, like, what do I want? What do I really want? And then also like go for it and do the work. And sometimes it's a lot of work, right? As we both know.
Yes. Yeah, sure. That's great.
Yeah,
Thank you for sharing.
that's what comes to mind about like intention and desire.
Cool. Yeah, and that's where it starts. And actually, you and I have created a course. And the course, that's where the course begins. It starts with distinguishing intention, what that is, and how to access the energy of desire in your own body. And over the course of 12 weeks, you get an opportunity to get to work on a desire that you have for yourself and make it so in your life. And with that, you learn how to move energy that I talked about in the little presentation there, how to do that. How do you presence to your body? How do you access the emotional blocks that are stuck there, the emotional blocks, the energy that is sitting, your life force energy? How do you access it and really bring it out? And you utilize that life force energy to create, transform your state of being, and create what you really desire in life. So let me bring up the slide, actually. I have a slide here. So I want to introduce the Tantra and Transformation for Beginners online course.
Yes.
This is a passion project that Emma and I created together. And it's a 12-week journey through the spiral process of transformation. And what you get, what it includes, is weekly video presentations, content, and invitations that inspire deep self-inquiry and higher thinking. You're going to get practices designed to bring you gently and playfully present to your body and energy. Much like the ones, I didn't get really in depth about what these practices were, what I was doing, but you're going to get instruction on how to connect to your body and really get into the present, in the here and now, right? We all hear about the power of now these days, and this is how you do it. This is how you get present to it, through tantric practices. You're going to also get, as part of this online course, transformational dance and healing movement experiences guided by Emma Shah. You're going to get one-on-one intention work. So you're going to get this, what we just spoke about, accessing your desires, the tools you need to really make your life intentional. And you're going to learn how to get clear and set powerful intentions and open new possibilities in your life, in your relationships, in your career, in your job. It's really for whatever area of life you really want to get to work on. Okay. You're also going to get distinctions that offer a new paradigm and freeing mindset around difficult emotions like fear, anger, and sadness, right? These are emotions that really trip people up when they're wanting to change or make something happen in their life. We like to put emotions like this in the negative category, and then have emotions like joy in the positive category. But really, it's all just energy. So when you block, what I learned many years ago is when you block yourself from experiencing your anger and your sadness, you're also blocking yourself from having your joy and having a sense of freedom and having a sense of lightness inside. Okay. So you're going to get perspective. You're going to get a new perspective. You're going to get tools also to free yourself from being led by your inner critic and negative self-talk. I think everybody on the planet could use that. I feel like that's a big issue that's happening. And Tantra and transformation gives you the tools to work with this inner critic, this inner narrator that can be very loud and really affect the quality of your life. You're also going to get step-by-step instructions and training to make a home emotional clearing, home Tantra practice that will boost your energy levels and support nervous system resiliency. Being resilient in your life, like that you can handle life, you can walk through life, things happen, and you don't get knocked over by them, right? You don't get knocked out. You can be resilient. You can engage your life. Also, the energy level, I'll tell you, that experience I shared, up until that point, I had experienced, I mean, at that time, I was in my 20s, right? And I was having chronic low energy for someone in their 20s. And after I had the experience, I realized that vitality or being energized isn't necessarily connected to how old you are, right? Energy, vitality is a function of moving energy. Okay, it's a function of giving permission for what's present. Okay, so you're also going to get 8 live one-on-one transformational sessions with me to deepen your experience, track your progress, and put what you learn into practice. And you're going to get training in hearing and trusting your inner guidance. This is very important. We all have an inner guidance. We all have an impulse. If you really think about your life and think about yourself, I'm sure you've experienced intuition, they call it sometimes, although inner guidance and intuition are 2 separate things. We have this impulse towards what's essential, towards what's right, toward what's right, meaning what's right for you as a person. We have this inner guidance, and you're going to get trained in learning to hear it, learning to separate that guidance out from the negative self-talk, the inner critic. Very valuable. This is tools for your life. Now, going back to sexuality, if you're someone that is, is really interested in Tantra because you've heard that it can transform your sex life, it definitely can. But transformation is about transformation of how you're being. So your sex life will transform as a result of how you're being in your life, and how you're being with yourself, and how you're being with your own energy. Okay, you're going to get all those tools, and they will affect your sex life. Okay, so you're going to get all this and more, and this is really a fabulous journey. You're guided all the way through by me and by Emisha. And we want to offer that to you. And if you are interested, what you have to do is get in contact with me for a consultation. That consultation is cost-free, doesn't cost you anything. And I will lead you. I will actually give you, hello, again, technology. And what we will do during that first call is we will get you in touch with the power of your own desire. Like what that feels like in the body to be someone who lives and creates from their desires. Okay. This is not some let's say, how do I say this? Not some fancy footed, it's like, really, you got one shot at life right now. Right now. It's happening now. This is it. You got one shot. What are you doing with it? Right? Maybe you have an awesome relationship. And maybe, there's some areas of your relationship with your partner, with your lover that aren't working. This is it. You got now to get to work on that. So you're going to get a little piece of that. You're going to get a little taste of what that would be like to go to work on those areas of your life in our free consultation. Okay. And of course, you'll get more details about the program, about the course. Okay.
I would like to add something
Yes.
about the course, because when I started doing this work, all the information that's basically in the course, it used to be like one weekend, right? Like that's also, I think, how you started. And it's also great, but it's a very intense journey for 3 days. And I don't know how often the course, like at least 10 times probably. And this is what I really love about this online course, is that it's stretched out over 3 months, and you get little bits and you can immediately integrate them into your everyday life. And like we're just there for the whole journey, to support you through those weeks, to really create it to your taste, like this kind of practice, like how you want to implement it. And I mean, I also like kind of partook in the course already like twice myself, because of course I had to like watch the videos, and yeah, every time I was consuming it, I just thought, wow, it's so great. It's such a the work is great. Of course, I love the work. I've been doing it for 10 years. It's such great work, and I really love the format that it's in. And I'm also, of course, as a dancer, I'm really, really happy that we were able to put my own creations inside, which are also great, of course.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's just what I wanted to add.
Yeah, great. Thank
course.
you. Yeah, energize your life, energize your body, energize your, you're going to learn to access your own, you're going to learn to access your energy through this course. You're going to learn not only how to do it, but also how it works. It's really good for the mind, because we often hear these phrases like power of now, or
Mm,
you got to feel your feelings, or there's stuff floating around out there in our
mm.
in our worlds now.
Or like
And
even more from everyday life, like we all know this feeling of we have a good cry, and of course in the moment we don't feel so great and we have a make wrong on like we think it's wrong to cry and everything, but afterwards we feel better. And in the
yeah,
course you can learn why it all makes sense, and it's actually
yeah,
it's like a science to me. Yeah.
yeah, it is. It's a study. It's a study in being. It's a study in being. And yeah, great. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thank
Yeah.
you as well. Contact us, get your free consultation with Jamie. You get a whole hour of her time, and you give her a whole hour of your time, which is precious as well. We appreciate that. And thank you for watching. And yeah, that's it.
Bye.
Bye.